Hello and welcome to the apocalypse. This is this is what I would like to call zombie goulash. It is part goulash, part chili, but without the chili powder and some other weird ingredients. I got the idea growing up in Newfoundland. We used to make this dinner called shipwreck dinner. Basically what it is any ingredients, if you're low on groceries or whatever, any ingredients you can find in the fridge, you throw it in the oven, you cook it up. So I was thinking, hey, let's outdoor zombies. Let's make that sort of. Let's approach it with that sort of idea of taking anything that you have, is throwing it together. So I created my my recipe, as I mentioned, zombie goulash. So let's just go over the ingredients that I chose to put in it. We'll go from left to right. Of course, we have 1 can of kidney beans, red kidney beans, drained and rinsed. A cup of jasmine rice. And then starting here, I have 8, yes, you heard it, 8 cloves of garlic chopped. 1 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of cumin. Here, you can't see it, I got 1 tablespoon of ground coffee. No, I'm not going to put the whole bottle in, but I will put in a cup, yes, you heard it, a cup of London dry gin. These creepy looking things here, I call them zombified potatoes. So what I did was I chopped them, as you can see, left them out until they turned slightly brown, they started oxidizing. Then I threw them in the freezer overnight, so they're frozen right now. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but probably absolutely nothing. But actually, it is a zombie recipe, so we got to kind of make it look undeadish. Okay, you can't see this here, but I also have a cup of elbow macaroni. And let's go over to these spices over here. I have a tablespoon of dried mustard, a tablespoon of taco spice, and a tablespoon of oregano. We'll go up to the middle. 2.5 pounds of extra lean ground beef. This is already cooked up. You just brown it and drain it, and then I rinsed it because I want to get as much fat out of this as possible. It might be a zombie goulash, but I want it to be as non-heart attack producing as possible. Over here, in this little shot glass, no, it's not the dry gin, remember that's a cup. I have a shot of Colt 45 beer. Anyone remember Colt 45 beer from the 80s? Billy D. Williams was the spokesperson. He rocks. Why a shot? Why not more? Why any? I like the fact that this is malty, strong beer. If you ever had any, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I think it would go great just if I could just happen to just sense a small taste of it. Then we have, so we went through that. Then we have 2 extra large onions chopped, 3 carrots kind of diced chopped, and I actually forgot 1 ingredient, and I'm grabbing that right now. Just forgot to put it on my Mr. Symmetrical display. So to keep it symmetrical, let me just move the ground beef over in front of its friends, the kidney beans. And I'll just move the blood. 2 cans of tomato sauce. So I'm going to get underway cooking this up. You do this separately. And see how it tastes. My intention, of course, is to take a portion of this and dehydrate it and use it for my outings. Okay, welcome back. So the first thing we'll start with is the onions, and I'm just going to lightly saute them. I got olive oil in here, not a lot. You put in whatever you want to put in. I put in like a tablespoon and a half of extra virgin olive oil. So I'm just going to get these guys slightly sauteed. And then, so probably, I'll leave this in here maybe on simmer, a little bit above simmer, for about, cut some of these up, about 3-4 minutes. So the next thing that's going to go in is my completely zombified potatoes. You'll see what I mean. They are slightly oxidized, still a little bit frozen, and are going to be delicious. Gonna mix all that up. Shot of Colt 45. Thoroughly mix all that up. Now I'm just going to keep, I'm not putting anything else in this right now because I want what little Colt 45 that I put in to really soak in. I can smell it here now. Oh, that smells good. The beer, that is. I'm going to cover this and just let it simmer in the olive oil and the 1 shot of Colt 45 for about 15 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 20-25 minutes. This is smelling awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I want to get the garlic in there, and I want to get the paprika in, and I want to get the cumin in. I also want to get the rest of the spices in as well. Mustard, dried mustard, taco spice, and oregano. And we'll just lightly stir that up. Potatoes are not mushy, and that's what you want to achieve, is you don't want mushy potatoes. That's why when you go to do this, it has to be on the absolute lowest setting on your stove. I find simmers good. Oh my God, this is amazing. Oh my good God. Okay. Now that I got it mixed up, I'm going to throw jasmine rice in, kidney beans. Now they are pre-cooked, but since everything's going to be done on really low heat for a long period of time, they won't turn to mush. Carrots, macaroni, and finally the star of the show, la-di-da-da-da. Fridge is kind of cold, as you can see, but that's okay because I wanted it cold, just because I had other ingredients in here that are not completely, well, the kidney beans, for example, they're pre-cooked, so I didn't want them to turn to mush. I'm just going to leave that like that for now. I'm going to add the tomato sauce. and make sure I get it all over my fingers. And then finally, he says, the cup of London Dry Gin. Yeah, it's about a cup. Now, I'm not going to stir this because I really don't want to have it. And when you go to stir it, when it's in this state, it will, I find, kind of mush out on you. I will stir it at some point. I'm just going to kind of layer it right now. And now, because you might have to put some water in this. This is something I'm gonna have to determine later on. But you might have to. You're gonna have to let it cook long and slow. That made sense. Long and low, a low temperature. Because I want to kind of. You can use a slow cooker for this too. Really. I have one, I just didn't pull it out because the carrots aren't cooked, rice is not cooked, and the elbow macaroni is not cooked. So let's turn this on, and then I'm going to put the roof on, and we'll come back midway through. I'll let you know how long I had it on for. Okay, and we're back. It has been sitting for about at least an hour. I didn't forget about the ground coffee, so I'm just gonna sprinkle it in there, and I'm just gonna let it sit and soak in. I'm not gonna mix it, not yet. So I'm just gonna leave that there, and I'm gonna put it on super simmer. I like to call it super simmer. Probably for another hour. I just tried the carrots off camera. They're still a little bit crunchy. I like my carrots soft, but that's to each his own. I mean, there's some things in here you can swap out. I mean, like I said, it's the equivalent of a shipwreck type of throw everything type of dinner. But I also tried it too, and it tastes delicious. I like lots of garlic, so 8 cloves for me is a lot. It might be a lot, but it might not be for some people. Anyways, so what I'm going to do after this is let it cool down and take some of it and dehydrate it for hiking.